Amar, good afternoon to you.
He's still setting up. He's, I think, out in the open.
हाँ तो यहाँ तो डोर होगा नहीं.
For connectivity, I think he had to go out.
Amar. अमर, क्या आप हम लोग को सुन सकते हैं? Vinod, he is on mute. Ask him to unmute himself.
Hello.
Amar.
Yes, sir. Now I can hear you. Sorry, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
You are sitting in the open, perhaps because of connectivity issues. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Electricity and connectivity both.
Okay, that is the problem here also. Doesn't matter. Let's try to make the most of it. So,
yes, sir.
Briefly introduce yourself so that we can start our conversation.
Sir, I'm from Jaipur, Rajasthan, and I did BA in my graduation in Pol Science, PubEd, and Sociology, and it is my 5th attempt for civil service examination.
5th attempt?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Political science and?
Sociology, sir.
Sociology, okay. So, who are the great sociologists of the 20th century, according to you?
Sir, Dr. Desai was one of the great, and Dr. Srinivasan was one of the great.
And across the world?
Sir, Dr. Murray was also there, and
who are the political scientists that you have studied about?
Sir, political scientist, actually, sir, it was my BA pass program. So mainly the ancient Indian political scientists were there. So there was the theory of Chanakya was there in political science. And in modern era, there was John Locke and Montesquieu's political philosophy was there.
Okay. Who are the political scientists or thinkers connected with the French Revolution?
Sir, Rousseau was connected with the French Revolution, and the Locke's and the Montesquieu political philosophy was also there, present in the French Revolution.
Mr. Rai?
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Mr. Meena, you have. Hello. Meena,
Yes, sir.
you can hear me, no? You can
Yes,
hear
sir.
me? Yeah. Okay. My first question. See, your place of birth was Rajasthan.
Yes, sir.
You did your 10th, 12th, and graduation from Rajasthan.
Yes, sir.
But you've shown Delhi as your home state.
Yes, sir.
On which ground?
Sir, I was there in Delhi for like 7-8 years after my schooling. Then I came back here I did my correspondence course of graduation from University of Rajasthan. It was distance, not a regular program. So on these grounds, I chose Delhi as my home state.
It's okay. Okay. Now, you've given the exam in Hindi, but you want to be interviewed in English.
Yes, sir.
Which language you are more confident in?
Sir, actually, I'm confident in both of the languages. In Hindi, my line of thought and expression is good, I believe that. And in English is the demand of today's modern world. So that is why I cannot ignore one language or prefer one language over another. Both are equally important.
Okay. In history, what was the how important or how uh, less subjugated were women during which part of history, ancient, medieval, or modern?
Sorry, sir, can you repeat?
When were the women most empowered during which part of history in India, the ancient or the medieval or the modern? Women empowerment.
Yes, sir. Sir, in ancient India, women was most empowered because there was not there was no clear economic and social division of labor and responsibilities. As we developed with by the time, the division of labor and work and social responsibilities developed very much, and so the degree of women empowerment reduced in the medieval times, and after the Renaissance, again the women empowerment is increasing, but it is not equal society till now.
You've done public administration as well. What is so significant, or what are the promising areas of public-private partnership?
Sir, the promising areas of public-private partnership is in some fields the private sector is very much developed. They have the technology and the relevant manpower and the management. And in some fields, the government has more resources. For example, the government can take more risk as comparison to private. Government has more resources as comparison to private. So like infrastructure sector, public healthcare sector, and the education sector as well as the PPP can show its potential. Infra already we are working on it very much, and education also we are doing it very well. And the healthcare system is now also being managed by the public and the private sector.
What is social audit? What is the scope of social audit?
Sir, social audit implies the benefit of any particular scheme and or the program which government runs or government runs. It was measured by the people by the benefits which they are getting, and the civil societies, they audit a particular scheme or their project. And sir, the scope of social audit can it can also reduce the corruption, reduce the leakages, and sir, it can improve the efficiency, and sir, it can provide the efficient inputs to mid-program analysis, so that we can improvise the scheme in particular or get valuable inputs for further policies.
You've read public administration. What is the difference between an attached office and a subordinate office?
Sorry, sir, not able to recall.
Not able to. Okay. Okay. What are the areas of good governance to your mind? Which are the focus areas of good governance?
Sir, the focus areas of good governance is the rule of law and ease of doing business and ease of like efficiency of service delivery. And nowadays, if we talk about the technology, technology is also a key area and focus area of good governance.
Yeah, that's about. In the how well can we use the artificial intelligence, and to which areas?
Sir, artificial intelligence can be used from traffic management to criminal tracking to we can getting the evidence, evidential data for policy making, to even if we see the internet penetration and the education, and sir, multi other sectors like healthcare and infrastructure sector too. So artificial intelligence can have a multimodal role.
Now describe yourself. In this, I will put a particular emphasis on on the government having faith in Mr. Amar Meena, taking him over on their side of a administrator? What are the good area? What are the areas? What are the strengths in you that the government would can depend upon you as to take them over? I mean, to take you over as a civil servant. Number one, what are your areas of weaknesses as well?
Sir, first of all, I would go for the strengths. Sir, I believe in the teamwork, and sir, second thing, I have the problem-solving attitude. Third thing, sir, I can rely on the technology as well as I rely on the people also. And sir, about my weaknesses, there is one weakness. Sometimes I expect a lot from myself, and that is why sometimes I get into some tense mind state.
You consider that to be a weakness? अच्छा, Hindi poetry. What attracts you to Hindi? Have you आपने कोई किताब लिखी है क्या? कोई कुछ आपकी रचनाएं पब्लिश हुई हैं?
सर, रचनाएं मेरी पब्लिश नहीं हुई हैं, पर मैंने कुछ लिखी हैं कविताएं, तो आप चाहें तो मैं आपको सुना सकता हूँ।
हाँ, एक सुनाइए, why not? एक छोटी सुनाइए।
दुनिया बहुत सयानी बाबा, हम ठहरे अज्ञानी बाबा, सादे दिल की सादी बातें सीखी नहीं बनानी बाबा, हमने बैलों से हल जोते धरी रही विज्ञानी बाबा।
बहुत अच्छा, it shows you are tied to the roots. That's a very good poetry that you've chosen for the occasion. My last question to you. You've also done sociology. What are Max Weber's views on bureaucracy?
Sorry, sir, not able to recall right now.
Not able to recall. Okay. How successful have the government schemes been? List out 2 or 3 central government schemes that you have found to be a total runaway success.
Sir, Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, it was one of the biggest success of the government. And sir, second thing, Swachh Bharat Mission. So it is also working very much, very well in the rural areas as well as the urban areas. It is working very well.
And any areas of the center where the central government has found it difficult to achieve the targets it has set for itself?
And in the government scheme, sir, you're talking about?
Yes, central government scheme.
All right, sir. Sir, the MSME schemes are not that much, till now, they are not very much efficient as we think, as the government thinks. It is not able to meet its targets. And sir, in the sector of women empowerment, so we are still lagging behind, and we need to work a lot on this particular sector also. So the schemes which are related to women empowerment, like Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, nowadays the results are good, but we failed in, we are not worked properly in the Praud Shiksha Abhiyan till now.
Do you think Me Too movement was a success story? Me Too movement?
Sir, if we think, if we see Me Too movement, we should see it we should see in a technical way. The Me Too movement, first of all, what it was not inclusive because it was also discriminatory. It shows the digital divide between the people, the masses. The most of the women in India, like 30%, more than 30% women are not, they do not have literacy, and the data, the numbers are bigger if we talk about digital literacy. So first of all, it was not inclusive. Secondly, the Me Too movement, though it was initiated with a good intent, but later on we had some repercussions. We had some personal vendetta was coming out by Me Too movement, because there was no investigation of another side, and it led to a chaos in the society as well.
Okay, thank you. Arvind Mohan Saab.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon, Meena.
Good afternoon, sir.
Amar Meena. So you have been a student of political science, public administration, sociology. So closely related to public administration, In corporate, there is a term corporate governance.
Yes.
What is that?
Sir, corporate governance is the governance which uh, use in the corporate sector to govern, and it manages and comprises the relations in the corporate sector.
Is it only for maintenance of relations, or it goes beyond that?
Sir, it is beyond that.
So can you tell me what it tends to achieve in complete?
Sorry, sir.
What does it tend to achieve? What are the corporate governance norms?
Sorry, sir, not able to recall.
What is the
exactly.
objective? You don't know. Okay. So your father is in a bank?
Sir, he retired from the Bank of India.
Okay. Now there is a talk every time in budget, government is doing some kind of capital infusion into banks. We call it recapitalization of banks. So what's your view on that?
Sir, the recapitalization of banks should be done because the Basel norms are also there. They also require the recapitalization of banks. And sir, other banks are already stressed. The India is facing twin balance sheet issue already. Banks are the public sector banks have a huge number of NPAs, and they are already working in stress. That is why, sir, recapitalization will be required to achieve the target of $5 trillion economy of government of India.
But you see, every time government has pumped in, I would say, lakhs of crores of money into banks, but they create NPAs like Malya. The money is gone. Again, the bank needs more capital. So ultimately, this is taxpayers' money. So is it proper to spend taxpayers' money for recapitalizing the banks and the banks then creating more and more NPAs?
Sir, people like those who were fugitive economic offenders, earlier there was a lack of transparency into the banking system. There was also lack of technical issues were also there. Like it was seen in the case of Nirav Modi.
Malya was, yes.
Nirav Modi, the issues were there, and with the time, government has reformed a lot in banking sector. We had Indradhanush scheme, and earlier we also reformed the bank's management system also. So, sir, we need 360-degree reforms, and from the fear of people will take the money and run somewhere. So we cannot stop the development works. So it is a one side of story. Yes, we need reforms into the banking sector, but sir, another part is we also need development. So government
development, we can assign some other agency for development. Because here what's happening is that banks are collecting public money and then they give such this kind of loans which are never recovered. And ultimately, taxpayers' money is spent for financing these NPAs and these defaulters.
Sir, taxpayers also receive the advantage of banking sector there. Even in fact, if we see a middle class person, he pays tax and also he gets a loan from public sector banks. If we talk about the healthcare infrastructure, for infrastructure, government also takes a loan from the banks also. The government issues bonds also to the public sector banks, and they buy the government bonds. GSEC bonds also are there. And in fact, in the other schemes like in petroleum, government also issued oil bonds. The bonds were also bought by the banks also. So, sir, in various other sectors, banks play their role.
Banks are buying these bonds just to meet the liquidity ratio, SLR norms. They are not trying to finance the healthcare initiatives of the government or the oil initiatives of the government. They have to keep certain money in bonds as per norms. So they keep it. It is not for that purpose. Ultimately, it is the NPA which is like a termite and slowly finishing up these banks. So we are thinking of selling Air India. Air India is also same thing. We were spending so much of money. Ultimately, one day government decided that we should privatize it. So why not to privatize banks and finish it? Let them have their own, collect their own money, and do whatever they want to do. Why government should get into this business?
Yes, sir. Sir, the government's purpose by using PSUs and public sector undertakings, including public sector banks also, it was not profit making, first of all, sir. It was also social sector initiatives taken by the government. And sir, after the nationalization of banks, the banks came into the range of a common man to poor man. Now, as we can see, the Prime Minister's Jan Dhan account scheme, it worked tremendously well in the rural sector also. And now the people are getting access to the banks and the banking sector and the financial instrument also people are getting. So, sir, in a democracy like India, we are a developing nation, and certainly we have some different socio-economic requirements, and the public sector banks are also fulfilling this. But also, we need to reform our banking sector. We need to do some more vigilant, create some vigilant agencies, and the regular audit should be done into the banks, so that we can
You mentioned Indradhanush scheme. What was that Indradhanush scheme?
Sir, in Indradhanush scheme, it was there were 7 things were targeted. First of all, there was a recapitalization also, and bank board reforms were also there. Organizational reforms were also there, and sir. Sorry, sir, not able to recall all the 7 points. Right.
Okay, fine. You mentioned another term, twin balance sheet.
Yes, sir.
What is this twin balance sheet?
Sir, in the economic survey of 2015 and 16 raised a question, and in the chapter number 2, they said there is a issue in the corporate balance sheet is also going worse in India. It is not performing well in India also, as well as the bank balance sheet is not performing well. So this is that commonly known as twin balance sheet problem.
They're related in some way.
Yes, sir.
That is why it was called twin balance sheet problem.
Yes, sir.
You're not aware what's the relationship?
Yes, sir. I'm somehow I'm aware. Sir, if the corporate balance sheet get worse, then the bank's NPA will increase. If the bank's NPA will increase, bank will not provide it to the provide the loan to the corporate sector, and the already money which is invested into the corporate sector, which will be which will become NPA again eventually.
Now, the person who coined this term, twin balance sheet problem, Mr. Arvind Subramanian, he later on came out that now from twin balance sheet, it has become a 4 balance sheet problem. So are you aware which are these 4 balance sheets which are now involved?
No, sir. I'm not aware of it.
You're not aware. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So your interview is over. Now we'll give feedback to you.
Thank you, sir.
Amar,
Yes, sir.
I'm generally satisfied. Some areas that I would like to draw your attention to, that you are likely to attract some questions. Okay, first thing first, the question on the importance or the preeminence of women during the 3 eras of Indian history. I would have liked to break them up into political, economic, and social. Their status in all the 3 segments during the 3 eras. That will give a complete reply to your. So I hope I have made myself clear that you break them up into 3 parts as well. the political hegemony that they got, the economic and the social status which came as a result of it.
Yes, sir.
It will differ in the three eras. That is what.
Yes.
Number one. Okay, then I will. There could be a question to you on your options. You've given Danix and Danips at number 4 and 5 respectively, even overlooking custom, central excise, income tax. I have no issues on that. What I'm saying is it could attract questions to you.
Yes, sir.
It could, as to how you've given a Group B service preeminence over even custom, central excise, and income tax. That is just to make a point. I mean, you may make a note of it and prepare yourself as to what you will say to this, because I didn't put a question on that. That apart. Then prepare yourself on 3-4 areas. You've given public administration as you had public administration in your BA. Therefore, you should have answered that question, or be prepared to answer a question like attached and subordinate offices. Just read through.
Okay, sir.
Since you had it in the graduation level, I would expect you to then be prepared also, or prepare. Then on sociology, you had sociology as well in BA. So your answer you should have, or you could have attempted on Max Weber's theory of bureaucracy. Of course, you have not brushed them up, but I mean, just go through them because these are likely questions. Max Weber, you are a public administration student, history student, opting for civil services. Therefore, Max Weber's views on bureaucracy would become important for you.
Yes, sir.
IFS you've given at number 2, I think, at number 2 or 3.
Sir.
3. So therefore, read out the areas of permanent membership of the to the UN Security Council, West Asia, strategic autonomy, Indo-Nepal relationship, climate changes, the acts, whatever have been the developments on climate changes, and types of trade agreements. These are areas that I have read recently in the newspapers, so they could come into focus. And of course, you did recite a good poetry, but also be prepared on the theory part of it. किन किन भाव में लिखे जाते हैं, किन किन वो सब कुछ अच्छे उनके we have lost 1 or 2 good authors during the pandemic eras. के भी नाम जान लीजिए, उनके बारे उनकी थोड़ी 1-2 किताबें हैं, उनकी रचनाएं देख लीजिएगा, ठीक है? Otherwise, Amar, you are a very good candidate. I was impressed. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Amar, when I was asking questions, you were not very comfortable with these. But at the same time, I asked you questions. The terms which were brought in by you on your own when you were interacting with Rai sir. You brought in Indradhanush scheme, so I asked. You brought in twin balance sheet problem, so I asked. So if you don't know about a term, don't bring it in.
Okay, sir.
It should not be in your answer at all. Because you are opening, you are, I would say, making you yourself vulnerable. Because once you have mentioned something, then you are supposed to know about it.
Sir.
Okay, take care of this thing.
Okay, sir.
And corporate governance is something which I think you are expected to know. Being a student of public administration, you are supposed to know what is corporate governance. So do study on that.
I was I was hospitalized in the COVID. So, sir, after coming back from the hospital, I have like 7 days before I was in hospital. तो सर थोड़ा सा फॉगी हो रहा है दिमाग ना, मेरे को रिकॉल करने में दिक्कत आ रही है.
कोई बात नहीं.
ये मैम तो थोड़ा सा मेरे को मोमेंटम बन जाएगा तो फिर दोबारा ठीक हो जाएगा. ठीक
है, अच्छा है. You have time to recoup and refocus, but at the same time, जो मैंने आपसे कहा कि उन चीजों को अपने आंसर में मत लाइए जिनको आप नहीं जानते.
श्योर सर.
क्योंकि आप अपने लिए प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर रहे हैं.
यस सर.
ठीक है. मैं कुछ और क्वेश्चन पूछने वाला था, क्योंकि आपने ये मेंशन करे, मैंने वही पूछ लिया.
यस सर.
ठीक है.
ठीक है सर.
ओके, टेक केयर. हाँ,
थैंक यू सर.
सो चेयरमैन सर.
अमर, आप सुन सकते हैं मुझे?
यस सर. यस सर.
हाँ, तो आप बताइए आपको अपना परफॉर्मेंस कैसा लगा?
सर अभी दोबारा से मोमेंटम रिगेन किया है, तो मैं 2-3 मॉक दूंगा तो वापस आई बिलीव दैट आई विल गेट द फ्लो.
Very good. No, you are a picture of confidence. And as you rightly said, perhaps as an after effect of COVID, your thought processes are a little foggy. I'm sure they'll settle down. So maybe if you give a few more mocks, you will be fine. But don't give too many. I would suggest that once you get your call, then you take 1 or 2, maximum 2. Don't give too many because then you might get confused. Otherwise, your performance was very good. You exuded a lot of confidence, and anybody in your place after a long bout of COVID would not have been able to perform that well. So we wish you all the best.
Thank you,
Any
sir.
question that you might like to ask?
Sir, what you have, what are your opinions about me if it was a real UPSC interview was going on and after I leave? So
No, our opinions are the same. Even if there is a real interview, it will be the same as it is now. So don't think that we are putting up an act by saying that you have done well or you have not done well. We have pointed out your flaws also. We have
Also,
told you
yes,
that these are the areas in which you need to work out, work a little more. Like for instance, French Revolution. You should have named Voltaire. You should have named Montesquieu, and of course Rousseau you mentioned. So read a little more about because your subjects are political
Sir,
science.
I was also surprised because the French Revolution, it was my favorite part of the history, entire syllabus, and I was just like stuck. I was not able to recall the name of Voltaire, Kant, and Diderot was also there.
Yes, Diderot.
Yeah,
Right.
yes. So sir, I was very much confused at that time.
Not at all. Not at all. You think over because there's so many political thinkers whose thought went into the making of the French Revolution.
Yes, sir.
And it was basically considered to be an age of enlightenment.
Yes,
The
sir.
French Revolution, and it was the enlightenment of so many thinkers that led to the French Revolution. So मेरा सुझाव आपको ये होगा कि कुछ सब्जेक्ट्स आप चुन लीजिए जिस पर सवाल पूछे जाएंगे और उन पर छोटे छोटे नोट्स बना लीजिए, एक 2 पेज के, और वो आपको काफी करंट अफेयर्स पर भी तैयारी कर लीजिएगा. फार्मर्स मूवमेंट, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इन इजराइल, कोविड, स्पेनिश फ्लू इत्यादि इत्यादि, वैक्सीन प्रॉब्लम. तो आप कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है. अगर आदमी में आत्मविश्वास हो तो इंटरव्यूज में अच्छा करता है. ठीक है ना? आप पे वो आत्मविश्वास है तो कोई फिक्र करने की बात नहीं है. All the best. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
All the best.
Okay, thank you, Honor.
Thank you, sir.